What's going on, guys? Squeebs and crew back with a brand new episode. We got the original squad here. It's been a little
What's
bit.
going on, dude? It's been a while. I mean,
Been a
I
little
guess
bit.
it's been a little bit since we've been on here, but it's
Right.
not been that long since I saw you.
No, it's been a little bit. Getting back into the groove of things. NFL ended. Then we had Devin on for a couple episodes with college basketball.
Guy's electric, by the way.
Yeah, great guy. We got some big things come with him later.
He's electric. Love to see it.
We talked before. We got NBA coming up. NBA's heating up, and we're the NBA guys. Playoffs is coming up.
This is where it started. Remember?
Yeah,
this is where it started.
Started last year with the NBA. And we had the electric Milwaukee Bucks call over here to win the title, to win the finals. Now we're back. Playoffs coming in about 2 weeks, I think, and we've got some things to talk about, including what's on your chest right there.
Pain and suffering is all I know. That's why I have these shades on to block out the haters.
I want to get your thoughts. I'll tell you what I think after, but if the Lakers somehow don't make the play-in, where do they go from here? What's the next step?
All right, well, I hate to say it. LeBron's got like 2 more years. We can't fault him for the season. He did everything he can. This is like, remember the year when he brought that first Cavs team to the finals and they lost 4-1 to the Spurs?
Yeah.
And we looked at that roster and be like, how did you play with that roster? Well, the old man squad proven to be worse than that. So you get him in the 10th seed. Can't fault him. What you do is it starts from the top down. Jeannie Buss needs to go to Rob Pelinka. Ask him, what's your vision? And if she doesn't like it, he gone. Head coach. Hey, man, let's get an offense that doesn't, like, if we have a game, because we know this, Glass isn't playing a full 82-game season.
Yeah.
So we need an offense that's going to be like 20 games. If he's not in there, we're going to be able to perform.
What's the first move you make, though, after the season?
It's GM to head coach. If they aren't on board, out of there. All right. Find 2 dudes to replace that. Y'all have a good vision of championships? Because you have one behind you. They have a whole banner behind you of championships at 17, and the other one has 17.
Yeah.
Y'all are looking really good to make a little run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too off topic on the Lakers, but you look at the Celtics, I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's a tale of two halves.
And I think the same thing with what I say. It's kind of my thing. I say it's second half. First halves don't matter. The first half of the season just doesn't matter.
It didn't.
And you saw the Lakers, they kind of played okay in the first half of the season, and they got towards the All-Star break and fell off a little bit. Westbrook, AD got hurt. LeBron, obviously he gets hurt every year, but and then you got Westbrook.
Hey. This is not LeBron slander right now.
No, it's not. The Celtics, I think, is now we're getting into the conversation of it's time to bring those two to the big stage, and can they get it done? Because I think the Celtics are. I still think the Bucks are there up at the top. I think the Celtics are the biggest threats to the Bucks to win the Eastern Conference. I think they are a full team. I mean, look at Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, he's run away with the Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's won it. Pretty sure he has. I think he is the Defensive Player of the Year. I think the odds show. I think he's on every sports book. He's the favorite right now. Mine's like 150.
If he doesn't get it, like Tatum should be NBA all first team, then yes, things are rigged.
Yes, I think that's a big thing. If that doesn't happen, I think that's gonna piss me off because it goes back to where he missed out on it a couple of years ago when he missed out on, like, I think it was second team to win like a certain amount of
huge
money.
contract.
Yeah. I said this to you off camera a couple of days ago when we were together. I think if the Celtics didn't play so crappy the first 20 games of the season, it's hard to say anybody's MVP other than Jason Tatum.
Well,
I think right now, I mean, he's won Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times in a row, something like that. I think he's the best. I think right now he's playing the best basketball out of anybody. I think him, Embiid, Jokic, those 3, maybe Giannis too. Luka. I'd say Tatum's up there, and I think it's now time. I think it's finally the time is now. Tatum's top 10 player in the NBA, and it's not a
Yes.
question. He's one of the best players in the league,
You can't argue it no more.
and in the next 2-3 years, he's going to be maybe the best player in the league. It's it's possible. It's
I
very
think
possible.
we can wrap up the Laker talk because we don't need to really go back to it. But yeah, you gotta figure out your three heads, your three stars, because Westbrook's still considered a star, and go from there. Because when you look at the Celtics and you're like, man, how do we get a Jaylen Brown? How do we get a Jason Tatum? Like, how do we get a guy that's a 30-point bucket?
It's evolving through the draft. I think a lot of it with certain teams. I think there's a couple teams in particular. I think you got the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
They
Drafted.
They did it with Giannis and Middleton. They drafted players. And a lot of it is
You got to stay the course.
You got to stay the course with the players you have, because those kind of, like, if you watch Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum play right now, it's all in sync. They've been playing together for the last 7 years. So that's kind of the way you build at this point. I think, yeah, if you want to win a championship right now, you go with the big three route what the Lakers did. They won a championship. Now they're where they're at. But if you build like how the Celtics, the Bucks,
the Suns, technically,
I think the Suns and Grizzlies, the way those teams are building their teams, and obviously the Warriors, but that's past. I'm talking about like right now, like young teams: Grizzlies, Celtics, Bucks, Suns. Those teams are going to win for a long time. Maybe not championships, but they're going to be up in top 3 seeds in their respective conferences for a very long time. I think the Warriors, they did it for 5 years, and then they got Kevin Durant, then they screwed a couple things up, and they're now going to win probably 1 or 2 more championships, and then they'll probably be off. And
no, I think, yeah, we still need to get Clay back.
Well, I still think the Warriors win the championship. I said it
this
year.
year.
I think, yeah, they're going to win the finals. I said it last year. I'm still sticking with it because they're the best team. They're going to win the finals. I don't, because the thing is the Warriors.
I mean, everyone's improved.
Yeah, but they're just kind of playing around, Like, I didn't think Curry's out for the last week because he's just chilling. I think Draymond was out for a while. They're going to bring him back ease. Dude, and I'll tell you right now, and I think I told you just a couple weeks ago, Wiseman's fine. There's just no reason to bring him back right now.
That's true.
First round in the playoffs, you're going to have Steph and Clay just healthy as shit, balling. Draymond, Wiggins, Jordan Poole. I mean, have you seen the stats? He's got the most points off the bench by a mile.
Because he's technically a starter. Right. If the season ended today, they're playing the Nuggets, who still don't have Porter or Murray. So that's a wash.
I don't think they should bring them back. I think that's stupid.
No, you got to chalk the season. You let Jokic do what he can because Jokic is a problem himself.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that I wanted to bring up was the Suns. We talked about it just now. Can they win the finals?
See, that's the problem.
The Suns kind of feel to me like the Utah Jazz, like a team that just blasts through the regular season and then just can't get it done in the playoffs.
I mean, they did get to the finals though, so we can at least say they got to the finals. But
no, I mean win a final with ease. They're that good of a team where they can come in here and do what the Warriors did a couple years ago. Just with
no, they're going to 6 games. I mean, and if it's 5 games, it's like, oh, we won by 2 buzzer beaters or missed free throws. It's never going to be like a, hey, 10-point win, 10-point win. Oh, you stole 1 game. Oh, 10-point win, 10-point win. It's never.
Yeah. Because
their firepower is when everyone's making shots. And in the playoffs, Jay Crowder's not scoring 20.
Right.
Bridges is not going to have the ball. It's going to be Chris Paul having the ball, Devin Booker having the ball, and we know Ayton can go for 15 and 15 if he gets the ball. But he's probably going to have 10 points and 12 rebounds. So it's going to slow down. So I don't see where they're scoring like they're scoring now because everyone's touching the ball so freely.
Western Conference, who's winning the finals?
Western Conference? Mm-hmm. You're sticking with the Warriors. You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me.
If you said Lakers,
No, not Lakers, not Lakers. I think because I didn't know they were so high until I looked at the standings, and I have them up right now. I think Luka does it.
Finally gets them there.
I think he
trade
gets
Kristaps and you get it done.
I think so. I think they're gelling perfectly, and
Wow.
then they're gelling perfectly. And what did we always say that they needed? Someone else to play make, right? Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, it's been him and Brunson
and Brunson.
Finney Smith had 30 last night.
Dude, and their big men stretched to 4.
Yeah, Dwight Powell,
Kleber, Powell, and Bertans from Wizards.
Yeah.
I watched that Laker game. Was so frustrating because I watched him catch the ball, run to the 3-point line and shoot it. I'm like, that is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. Luka loves that guy.
Interesting.
And I think Dallas, they are the problem matchup that nobody wants to play because you can't stop Luka. For some reason, no one can stop him. I don't know what it is. I don't know who he pissed off. No one can stop him. Unless Golden State gets super hot. That's my team. I'm running with Dallas Mavericks. I'm running with Dallas Mavericks.
I actually don't mind that. And I'm curious.
Because I think Memphis is that young team that's hungry, but it's not enough. If they got there, they lose to any of the East teams. That's just how I feel. I think Dallas could get in there and make some noise. I'm with you. I'm finally off the Jazz.
To win the Western Conference.
What's their odds? Is there odds on that?
Yeah, plus 1,200
for the Mavs.
But I think I'm trying to think. Yeah, Western Conference. But I think that's conference winner. You know what I mean? I think they have to win the conference. Which I don't know. There's no way that's the truth. I don't know. I think they're plus 1,200.
But yeah, I'm finally off. I'm off the Jazz. I'm not on the train no more. Watched the Clipper game the other night. Lost a 25-point comeback, and
I've been telling you. I've been telling you.
You were right. I finally got off there, and then I don't like that you said the Suns are the new Jazz, because now I'm like,
I'm just
the past was it 3-4 years now? It's been the Jazz top of the thing.
Yeah,
and it's finally and now it's crumbling, and now it's the Suns.
What about Eastern Conference? Who's coming out of the East?
In my opinion, that one's easy.
Eastern Conference Finals.
That one's easy. It's Bucks again. I'll put it in order of the teams that it should be: Bucks, Celtics, Nets, Sixers, Bulls, Heat, and then fuck the other teams. I think y'all are second because y'all's young talent's gelling perfectly. I think the Nets without Ben Simmons is hard because then they run into the same problem as last time. I see it.
Eastern Conference Final.
Hold the number up though.
Champion.
Hold the number up.
This is an electric jersey that nobody else has.
No one else has that.
No one has it. College number, NBA jersey, Jason Tatum, future NBA MVP, future NBA Finals MVP.
You say NBA MVP?
NBA MVP.
Yeah, he'll get one. He'll get one.
I said future. I didn't say win. I said future.
I'm disagreeing. We barely agree, so I'm agreeing.
2022 NBA Eastern Conference Finals champions. Just letting you know.
Yeah, but it should be. I can see a Bucks repeat and then run into a problem on the third trip.
This is how it's going to go down. The Warriors are going to beat the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference Finals.
I can see that though.
The Celtics are going to beat the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then the Celtics are either going to win the finals in 7 or the Warriors are going to win the finals in 5. That's how it's going to go. And either Tatum's going to be NBA Final MVP or Steph Curry's going to be NBA Final MVP for his first time ever. That's how it's going to go. Come back to this after it happens. I'm telling you right now. But also, bold prediction. I don't think the Brooklyn Nets are going to win the playoff series.
I mean, they're probably playing the Heat.
I don't think they're going to win a playoff series.
They're probably. I mean, no, Seth. You don't want to be second seed where you're at almost now. Because
I don't think
we
Brooklyn's
know.
going to win a playoff series.
You know why they're not going to a playoff series? Because when it comes down to the play-in, it's going to be 7 versus 8. And they're going to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're going to beat them. They're going to be 7. Then they're going to go play the Bucks. No, they're not winning the series.
I just don't think without Ben Simmons they can win a playoff series because their defense is so bad.
It doesn't even matter. They're playing the Bucks the first round, most likely.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not even bold. That's just truth.
Yeah, I just feel like it'd be very interesting to see not only the Lakers not make the playoffs, but the Nets just not even make it out of the first round.
No, we're making the playoffs. Now, are we going to do anything in there? No.
Are you going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
So, is what's happening right now as we're sitting here talking, is LeBron and Anthony Davis in LeBron's kitchen eating some healthy food for the game tonight and sitting there saying, I don't care how hurt we are. We're going to come back and make a huge splash, get to the play-in, win the play-in, get to the first round, win the first round, and get us all the way to the NBA Finals. And everyone could say, suck it. Is that what they're doing right now?
What I say earlier when I put these on?
Business time?
Remember a few years ago, you ever heard of LeBron say 0 dark 30?
If the Lakers don't make the playoffs,
you're gonna love every second.
No. If they don't make the plan, is that it? Is that cut off the conversation? Because I think it does.
What a conversation.
The GOAT conversation.
He's second all time in points.
I don't care. It's all. I mean, you can't sit there and say that.
I mean, what do you mean? Jordan had a wash year in the Wizards.
Marcus, Jordan didn't have. The Lakers were number 3, and I love this. They were number 3 in the rankings to win the finals this year before the season started.
Yeah,
and they're not going to make the playoffs.
And then what happened? I want you to actually talk about the season. What went through? Glass hasn't played, and Westbrook went to Westbrook.
But Westbrook's here's the thing. This is all LeBron. Because
it's all LeBron.
LeBron chose not to listen to me. Not to listen to me. He chose
not to listen to you.
He chose not to listen to me and go get DeMar DeRozan.
He wanted DeRozan. You didn't see that report? He wanted DeRozan. He wanted DeRozan. He wanted DeRozan. He wanted DeRozan. And he had a conversation with DeRozan. But before that was happening, they traded for Westbrook. And then, see, now the problem I have with keeping Westbrook was love the guy. Great energy. But when we could have traded him for John Wall in a first.
You know what, though? I will say, if I'm the Lakers, as bad as this situation is, you got to go over. And I thought about this as I was watching the Jazz Clippers game. And I was just thinking about it. As bad as the situation is with the Lakers, you got to go over and look at the Clippers and say, y'all failed too. I mean, the Clippers went out and made those egregious trades for Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. What have they done?
Hey, relax. I'm not touching them because
no, but seriously, they haven't done anything.
I mean, you're not wrong, but they're still better than us.
Are they?
Yeah, sadly.
They don't have a title.
They never have.
Exactly.
But like,
no, I'm just saying. The only thing that comes out of this for me, if I'm a Lakers fan, is we're still king of the LA.
Sadly, it's the sad truth. Like,
so
did you see their stands when watching that game?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Like, even when the Lakers suck, like, we're going to get blown out by 20.
Yeah.
People still. Oh,
crazy.
No. So, like.
Go ahead.
I'm going to put my GM thing on. Do you go for, like, trade Westbrook for a lottery?
Here's the thing. And I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that too. The problem is
nobody wants him.
They've got to find somebody that wants to take in $41 million next year. The only way this is going to work, and I think this is how it's going to happen, is the Lakers have to find somebody that wants Westbrook, but the Lakers have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Or at least they got to pay half of it.
Like Luau Ding situation.
Yeah, they got to pay at least half of the next year's $41 million contract, because no one's going to take that in for a guy that can't even play. The only team I can see doing it would be the Clippers. Because why not? Say, oh, we'll take your guy and we're gonna win with him.
That'd be disrespectful.
It would be very, but that's what the Clippers do. Another team that I could see doing it would maybe be, I don't even know.
I got you. This is the perfect time for an expansion team. Let him start it.
Maybe, yeah.
Just two Las Vegas team, Seattle team will move Memphis and New Orleans to the east.
Well, I know it's funny you say expansion team. I know NFL wants to get one.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do one in St. Louis, and I've heard a couple different things. This hasn't come out as much, but I did hear what would be an interesting thing would be, let's start an expansion team, St. Louis, NFL, and let's bring Colin Kaepernick to be the quarterback.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think they need to do a say. I hate to say it because this has been one of my favorite things. Like when they say, "What do you like? A dream job?" Maybe NFL owner. And like because the Jacksonville Jaguars need to move to St. Louis, it's better for their division. It's better for their conference. And what have they done in Jacksonville except just be a space?
You know who I could see doing it though?
What, moving?
Yeah.
The Texans?
No. Think. Who needs a fresh start?
As like a quarterback or as a team?
The whole fucking shebang. Owner, organization, everything.
Lee, no. Don't even do it. Don't even say your team.
I'm telling you, it's because a lot of people don't know. So Washington has actually been looking for the new stadium thing, and they want to put it in Virginia or in the middle of DC or whatever. They're saying no. Virginia won't do it. DC wants a shit ton of money.
So when in doubt, move out.
I think they've had it, and I could definitely see this would be very interesting.
The St. Louis Commanders.
The St. Louis Commanders with Bezos as the owner.
Oh, bro. I would double down if I'm Jeff Bezos, buy another team, rank two teams at one time, one AFC, one NFC. Ooh. Hey, we got to pitch this to him. That'd
be crazy. Speaking of NFL, we talked about this before, and I was absolutely sick. And I actually didn't see it until later. I think it came out the day before yesterday, and then I saw it yesterday. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, how did I miss this? It looks like the NFL went and took about 4 or 5 maybe people in the entire world that had an issue with how the greatest game ever ended. And there's a new rule. Did you see the new rule?
Such bullshit, dude. Such bullshit. Such bullshit.
Overtime rule. Each team will get a chance to possess the football.
Only in the playoffs.
And only in the playoffs. Regular season is the same. It stays the same. Playoffs, each team gets a chance to possess the football. Now here's where I saw it. I instantly saw this yesterday. I think I saw it a day late. And I said, well, how does this fix anything? If I'm in the playoffs and it's overtime, I don't want the ball first.
Nope.
Why would I want the ball first?
No.
How did this fix anything?
It did not. It just made the people that cried. It made the people that cried wolf happy.
And here's the thing. This is exactly what I said. This is exactly what I said to you last time when we had this conversation. Okay, if I don't get the ball first, let's say the Texans get the ball first. They go score a touchdown. If I'm the Ravens, well, I'm gonna play it cool. I not only get the ball next, and I get a chance to score. I get an extra down. I get 4 downs every time. It's easier for me to score.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I get 4 downs. I get to go score, and screw it. I'm going for 2 and beating you. What? Ugh. I don't understand how changing the rule made any sense. Now there's a huge advantage for the second team.
Every time. And then we're gonna run into it. Wow, this team went for 2. We didn't even have a chance to go for it.
It's unreal.
The overtime rules were made so that the game would eventually end.
Right, and now you've got a concern at this point of, well, first round of playoffs, the game could go on for 5 hours. So it's and now my and what pissed me off was like, we got the greatest game, maybe honestly the greatest game I've ever seen in my entire life, and you're gonna take that and say from the greatest game ever. This I got a whole like documentary ready to go.
I'm ready. I'm with you.
From the greatest game ever comes the biggest rule change ever.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's terrible.
So you give us the greatest game, and now you're gonna go from that game and give us the dumbest rule change I've ever seen in my entire life. To where not only is there a disadvantage now, I mean earlier, there's a huge disadvantage now. The team that didn't get a chance to the ball, they had a disadvantage. Now the team that gets the ball first has a disadvantage.
My thing is, and I'm gonna be on this side until I die. And when it comes to overtime, if your defense can't get a fucking stop, they couldn't get a stop in 60 minutes. If you can't get a stop in 5, you suck.
We've ultimately taken the saying of Really, we've taken the saying of defense wins championships away.
Yep.
It's gone. Like, there's no such thing as a defense wins championships anymore. It's just not there. It's there slightly. I'm not gonna say it's not there. It's there at the very minimum.
But because
you've got to have the quarterback and electric offense to win the Super Bowl. You have to have it.
Yeah.
You got to have a quarterback and electric offense to win a Super Bowl. Look at the Rams, they did it. Look at the Bucks, they had Tom Brady, greatest quarterback ever. The year before that, the Chiefs, they had one of the best electric offenses I've ever seen in my entire life, which has now been broken up with Tyreek Hill going to Miami. It's a whole other conversation.
But then again, it's kind of, if you look at Juju's numbers, he fits perfectly fine with their slot. They'll be fine. New offense, new innovation. He's still, that's a conversation there today.
Yeah, the Tyreek Hill thing, I don't have much to say about it. It kind of just like flew by me, like, oh yeah, that was crazy.
What a wicked NFL offseason. Speaking of Tyreek Hill,
it's the greatest NFL offseason ever. And you go through all the moves. You go through. I mean, I can name them all right now. Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs to the Dolphins. Great move for both teams. I think the Chiefs got different picks, and I think they're going to be fine with Juju, and they're going to get someone else. I think they got another receiver. And then you got Russell Wilson going to Denver. You got Khalil Mack going to the Chargers. You got Carson Wentz going to Washington. Just a whole bunch of just craziness. You got Devontae Adams going to the Raiders. Which kind of opens up kind of what I wanted to talk about, which is who's going to win the NFC? Because the AFC, anybody can win the AFC. I think it's so wide open to the fact I think the Raiders have a chance. The Chiefs, obviously. I think the Chargers could. All those teams out division, obviously. I think the Ravens are going to come back pretty strong. The Steelers and the Browns don't know about all those teams, but then you got the NFC where you got Aaron Rodgers probably throwing to, I think it's Jane Doe. Is that his best receiver? So yeah, Jane Doe probably going to have a good season with Aaron Rodgers, but we'll see how that works out.
I hate to say it, the NFC is going to be exactly like it was last year. Rams, Bucks, Arizona, Green Bay. Cowboys going to suck.
Shout out Bruce Arians.
Hey.
Todd Bowles coming up. I don't want to speak. I don't really know, to be honest, but I don't know why he stepped down. It's kind of a weird situation.
It's his health, dude.
Yeah, I think it's health. I think he definitely the cancer thing a couple years back. But I also think, and I heard a couple things about when this happened. I think this has been a thing for a while apparently, and I think he wanted to give Todd Bowles a team that could win. So when Tom Brady came back, it was like, this is a great opportunity for Todd Bowles to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So Bucks will be good. I think the Vikings are going to be good.
I think the teams that are going to replace. All right, we always know not every team's going to return. So
Let's go through the division of what happened last year. So you had the Packers win the division.
Minnesota.
I don't know. I think Minnesota might win the division.
Yeah, new head coach, same offense.
I think they have a good year.
I think they improved their defense a little bit.
I would actually say I would put Vikings as my division winner there.
Didn't they get an offensive head coach this year instead of defense? Oh, that's a big deal because their defenses haven't been bad. Chicago's probably not going to improve that much.
Nah, so division winner, I'd say Vikings there.
And then Lions. Not worried about Lions. What? What if Lions, dude?
No.
Okay.
Vikings for me. Vikings for me.
So all right, so we have Packers, Vikings. So we're going to say that's 2.
Yeah, and then you got the Bucs division, where I think is actually probably one of the worst divisions I've ever seen in my entire life.
They literally have the easy. This is going to be the easy. How does Tom Brady stay in easy divisions?
It's unbelievable. Every year he plays, it's always a cakewalk.
It's an easy 6 wins. Oh, sorry, 5-1. He'll find him. The Saints will beat him one time.
Yeah. So we got the Bucs winning that division for sure.
So that's 3.
Let me. I don't want to be like because I'm still on my thing right now.
We'll do our division last. We'll do our division last.
What's the other division?
Yeah, where's the Super Bowl being played?
Right, Cardinals. So, I actually think for me it'd be Rams Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to come back and say, you know what, we're actually a pretty good team. Hopkins is healthy now. I think they actually have a chance to win the division.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Cliff Kingsbury, this is his year to prove.
I would say Rams Cardinals and then put 49ers right there because there's a lot of question marks with them. And then Seahawks going to suck. So I'd say Rams Cardinals.
6. I think they can have another 3 division year.
Maybe. We'll see what the 49ers do with quarterback position and how they do in the draft.
Yeah.
And then you got the NFC East, where I'm still on my kicker. I'm still on my situation. I don't want to talk too much about the team, but I will say I think they're the favorite. I think they have the best team evaluation of where they're at right now. I think they're at a spot where, yeah, they have a quarterback now. They have the best defense division. They got the skill players. I think they're the best team. I would probably say Cowboys and Eagles are right there next to them, second and third. I don't know who's second, who's third. And they got the Giants. That's kind of where I would put it right now. Before draft and before other stuff, that's kind of where I would be.
I think we have a whole flip of the division this year.
Could be. Yeah, I agree. I think the Cowboys are gonna struggle a little bit.
I think they're gonna struggle. I think the Giants are gonna just burst and be like, like they just go dismiss the last 6 years and they're gonna lead the division. And then
I don't know.
I think they're going. I think it's gonna be like a 6-4 head, and then we're gonna have like a 3-team race again.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely gonna be competitive. I just feel like if I had to say right now, this just feels like a situation, to be honest, where Carson Wentz just goes bonkers.
That's what I'm so scared of.
You know what I mean? That's kind of where I see. Because I mean, I didn't love the move for certain reasons. I don't not like Carson Wentz. It was kind of how we went about it, and I'm still not over that. But I like Carson Wentz. I think it's fine. It just feels like a situation where, yeah, the Eagles, they went to the Super Bowl. I'm not dismissing the Super Bowl. It was a great run. I'm saying I think this team is better than that Eagles Super Bowl team. Like, skill-wise, skill players, defense, I think this team is a better team. I think this is the best team he's had, to be honest with you. I think skill-wise, defense, coaching, this is the best team Carson Wentz has been on. You know, as a whole, like as a preseason starter, that you put all the rosters together, the Colts were fine, but this is definitely the best team he's been on, I think.
I want to disagree with that, but I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to say this is one of the first times in a long time he has nothing to prove. Like, no one expects anything.
I don't know, because
none of the odds changed when they got him.
Yeah, nothing. I think the thing is, though, I think there is something to prove, because I was talking to someone else about this point. I was talking to someone else about this because I kind of like was thinking about Carson Wentz and like starting and whatever. If we're sitting there 0-3, I'm gonna go back to Heineke. You know what I mean? Like it's a 1 year thing. If he's got us sitting at 0-3 and throwing picks, we had a guy that was fine. We're putting Heineke back in. I think he does have something to prove. I think he's got to have a good start. I don't think he's got this locked up in no means. I think he's got to prove it. That's just kind of how I feel. I think the fans that I think I would know. I think we want him to play well.
All I gotta say is, if he comes to Philadelphia and he fucking shits on us, and I mean dog walks us,
yeah,
I'm going to Howie Roseman's house, and we're having a long conversation. And have you ever seen You?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so South NBA, we got NBA predictions, NFL. Pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. There's one more thing in NFL. NFL super. This is very early, very, very, very early, but I want to see very, 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 very early Super Bowl prediction.
Oh, I like this.
You can do two. You can do the NFC, AFC. You can, like, who do you think is going to be in it? You don't got to say like your winner or whatever.
Can I do the conferences? I can do the conference championships.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'll go Super Bowl.
All right, go ahead.
So my conference championships, I'm gonna have Ravens, Bills. Ravens win to go faith. Ravens, Bills, Ravens win to go play the winner between Cardinals and the Bucks. Tom Brady versus the Ravens. Ravens beat Tom Brady.
Wow. Ravens winning the Super Bowl right now.
Lamar Jackson.
I didn't expect that at all.
Lamar Jackson, just human highlight reel. They just can't do nothing with him. Because that's the one thing the Bucks really haven't. They're going to play it against Kyler Murray prior. So they're going to think they're ready for Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson's another animal. Like, no disrespect to Kyler Murray. He can run. He can throw. But Lamar Jackson's a different breed. And that's where I'm going. I'm sticking with it. Ravens win the Super Bowl. Little championship. See, I did everything in there not to say Eagles. You should be proud of me.
That was a bold take.
Because, like, we know the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs the next time they play in the playoffs. It's just fact. It's so facto. They can't lose 3 times.
You think so?
They can't lose 3 times because that means they'll never be able to get over the hump. And the Bills have always never been able to get over the hump. So they finally got over that one hump. We're like, oh, we're back. We're good. We're in the conference championship. Ravens are coming up here. It's a blizzard. It's a tundra. What do you do when you Seth, when it's a tundra?
What do
you run the fucking football. What team runs the fucking football just as good as anybody? Ravens.
Yeah.
And then, our running backs can run for 100 yards if we just block for any of them. How about our fucking quarterback? Yeah. Sticking with that. That's a great one. What are yours?
That's tough. I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like in my head.
I had a scenario too.
Yeah, the NFC. I don't think the Rams are going to be back there. I don't think that. I think they lost players. I think they're still. The injuries kind of are fluctuating through that team. I think. I don't love their chances.
Hard schedule.
I think they're gonna be a good team. I just don't love. I don't love the repeat scenario. I don't love that. I actually think the Cardinals will be there. I've been pretty high on the fact that they're gonna rebound. I think they're gonna have a pretty solid team next year, to where Kyler Murray is gonna be great. I think Hawkins is healthy and back. Their defense has always been good. So I'd probably say Cardinals, and then Cardinals. I'm telling you right now, I feel it. It's the time. It's now. It's gonna hurt me for what it was. But I got Cardinals versus the Vikings in the NFC Championship game.
See how my hair's crazy? Because you're talking some crazy shit right now.
Cardinals versus the Vikings in the AFC Championship game.
Like I said, you saw how my hair was crazy.
Yeah, I
That
see
was
it.
some crazy. That was some crazy shit just now. You just said some crazy
AFC,
shit just now. No,
AFC.
wait. We'll get to AFC second. Cardinals, Vikings. Who do you think Kirk Cousins is, dude?
I think Kirk.
Relax, relax, man.
I think Kirk Cousins is in a spot where it's now or never with that team.
I
And
mean,
that's
you're not wrong, but man, that was talking about. I said some outlandish shit. Good lord, you came off the top ropes.
Cardinals Vikings. I think it's going to be a great game. I would probably
Ugh.
this would be tough.
Say your AFC, because golly, God.
Let's go to AFC. Let's go to AFC next. The AFC Championship game.
If you do what I think you're gonna do
The
in this
Ravens.
situation,
The Ravens. I just don't know. I don't. I actually don't love that division. We talked about it earlier last week. The Bengals just aren't going to be there for me. Bold prediction. I said this to you earlier. The Bengals won't make the playoffs. And
I
not
know
only
you
will
did.
not only will they not make the playoffs, the Bengals won't be a 500 team.
I agree. Paid all that lineman and still have to pay out.
So that division, don't love that division. But the AFC for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be the rematch of the greatest game I've ever seen. It's gonna be Chiefs Bills in the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
Chiefs Bills, and in my Super Bowl, I'm gonna go Bills versus the Cardinals.
I was gonna say if you say the Vikings here, I was going to have to kick you in the throat.
I'm gonna say Bills Cardinals Super Bowl, and we once and for all.
Are we jumping off tables or are we going crazy in the desert?
We once and for all, and this will be interesting. Bills Cardinals Super Bowl. This will actually be played in Texas and not in Arizona because we're going. It's funny. I think the Cardinals are going to be the Super Bowl, but it can't be played in Arizona
Why's that?
because they changed the rule. Remember? Didn't they change the rule, or did they not? Did they change the rule or not? Where they can't be in the home stadium.
I think they did, didn't they? They probably did. They fuck.
They were talking about it.
They probably did in that stupid meeting when they changed the overtime rule because they get getting tired of that.
I don't know, honestly, but if it's in Arizona, it'd be super electric. But I don't really care if it's Arizona or if it's in Texas because we're jumping off the tables.
I mean, Kyler Murray. If it's in Texas, there's more Kyler Murray win. He doesn't lose in Texas.
Exactly. But I don't care where it's at. We're jumping off the tables. And once and for all, Josh Allen will get his respect. He's going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Let's go. I
Bills
like that.
over Cardinals.
I hope, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to mean every second of it. If it's not one of our two teams in the NFC, I hope AFC teams win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, agreed.
Because that means we have either Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
yeah,
Russell Wilson,
Derek Carr,
Joe Burrow,
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Any other quarterback we're missing?
That's pretty much it.
Winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then what do we got in the if it's not our teams, I care less. Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, Stafford, Kirk Cousins, all those guys.
Stafford won. I'm happy for Staff. Happy for my guy Staff. Tom Brady, fuck him.
We've got a title game coming up.
Great college run.
Yeah.
Hey, great college run.
It's been wild.
Huge college run this whole season. Great. It was electric.
It's been wild. And I had this team going as far as I've had them going. The UNC North Carolina Tar Heels. Tar Heels. Elite Eight.
Tar.
In the Final
Heels.
Four. In the Final Four now. I took them all the way. But I'll say this. It's not going to end here. It's not going to end here. They will be in the title game. I've got UNC beating Duke this weekend.
Again?
Yeah. And it's not even, and this is kind of how I got to this point. I hate Duke, and it kind of pains me to say that. I'm a college basketball guy, but it's kind of with the metrics of how the season's gone. I screwed up, and I told myself I screwed up. It was in the cards for Duke to get to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And we all should have had it because everyone, when the brackets came out, said, Duke sucks. Duke's getting knocked out early. Duke's not going to make it far. But
I was one of those people.
It was all written in the stars. Duke was going to the Final Four 100%. And it went right by my mind. And I always catch these things. I didn't catch it. But now we reversed. And now that Duke's in the Final Four, Duke's winning the championship. Coach K's final season. Duke's going to win the championship. Duke's going to beat UNC. Duke's going to beat this. Duke's going to do this. Duke's going to lose to UNC on Saturday. I'm telling you right now, this coach does not play around. UNC's got the team. And I think they're going to beat Duke on Saturday night.
I'm going to try to convince you to change your mind because I would love to be on the UNC Tar Heels. But what did we do against Villanova? What did we say? We don't like that team. We don't like that head coach. We're not going to choose them. And what did each team against Villanova do? Failed us.
Yeah. Well, Villanova is another team that kind of screwed me too because I slept through that one because I just didn't like Villanova. Mm-hmm. But it's not me. I don't hate Duke. It's just kind of how these things go. It's everyone's going to be on Duke because now that they're in here, everyone says they're going to win. UNC has a team. UNC's got the coach. They've got the firepower. UNC was the hottest team coming into the tournament. And that's kind of why I liked them to make this run. I think UNC at this point, they beat Duke a month and a half ago. They were the hottest team in the tournament. They got themselves from a 14 seed, 13 seed ish to being on the first four out, all the way to an 8 seed. Oh, upset the number 1 team in the country of Baylor. Upset UCLA, which I predicted both. It's on my TikTok.
Hey, they didn't move to UCLA on that one, huh?
UNC, that's funny. I think UNC's in Duke's head.
Yeah,
because
100%
Duke is
right
in a
now.
situation where they're going to the Final Four in New Orleans, and they're going up against a team that they had just lost to. And
you know how big or huge this game is this weekend?
Huge. It's absolutely ginormous, and I think UNC is not going to bow down. I think UNC is going to win the game. Also, though, betting-wise, I love the UNC plus 4.5. Just saying.
We'll smash that.
The other game is Kansas-Villanova. Now, I'm going to say this. Villanova screwed me once in the first round. Villanova screwed me twice in the second round.
Yeah.
Villanova screwed me in the Sweet 16, and they screwed me again in the Elite 8. But they ain't screwing me here. Give me the Kansas Jayhawks.
We're not rock chalking the Jayhawks.
Give me the Kansas Jayhawks. Not only to beat Villanova, but give me the Kansas Jayhawks to win the national championship on Monday night.
Dude,
rock the chalk on Monday night when Kansas beats UNC in the national championship.
How did we get so far away from it? Like, we've been together this whole pod. Like, we've been here. And then coming to the end, you somehow said, disperse.
I tweeted after last weekend. I said, give me Kansas versus UNC in the national championship.
I know you did. And the worst part was, I don't agree at all.
You got Villanova Duke.
100%.
So does everybody.
That's I have Villanova Duke because, one, Duke, you cannot lose to UNC if you're Coach K. You cannot lose to Duke, UNC, if you're Coach K. That is the last thing on his legacy.
Well, I'm more confident in Kansas. I think Kansas beats Villanova for sure. I think Villanova's at a point where Justin Moore's not going to play. I think he tore his Achilles. I'm pretty sure he's out.
No, he's out.
So you've got a team that went 5 deep. Now bringing somebody off the bench to play in that 5 rotation pretty much for the whole game. Kansas is deep. I mean, they got McCormick, they got Braun, they got Baji. They got.
I will say I'll switch my Villanova because that injury is huge.
Huge.
Because that guy was a lights out shooter. Villanova's going to cover.
In my eyes, I know Duke's the favorite. This is Kansas's championship to lose.
But what did we say? Who wins every year? A 1 or 2 seed or a name brand school?
Right. Kansas is a 1 seed, bro.
But there's 4 name brand schools.
Yeah, they all could win for sure.
All can win. Something's telling me that Duke matchup, man.
Before Kansas played Miami last weekend, I snapped Kansas at plus 600 to win the title, and I'm taking that all the way to the bank. And what are they now? I think they're plus 200 now. I'm taking my plus 600 to the cash counter, and I'm going to cash it out Monday night at around midnight, I guess.
I will say, the winner of the championship is in the Villanova Kansas game. I don't think Duke or UNC can beat either of those teams.
I disagree. I think honestly, this is truly how I feel. If Kansas plays UNC, Kansas wins.
Mm-hmm.
If Kansas plays Duke, Kansas wins.
Mm-hmm.
If Villanova plays Duke, I think Duke beats Villanova. I think if Villanova plays UNC, I think UNC beats Villanova. I think it's Kansas, UNC, Duke, Villanova.
We have to agree to disagree, but my final is still going to be the same. I'll put Kansas, Duke. That's my final. You have Kansas, Duke. UNC.
I got Kansas, UNC.
Now,
I got Kansas cutting down the nets. I think they're cutting the nets down for sure.
But if Villanova gets in,
shout out Rico Bosco.
They're still winning. If Villanova gets in, they're winning.
No, I just don't think so, man. I just don't.
Have you seen how fundamental that team is?
Yeah, they're fundamental, but
every single one of them have a pro hop that lands 2 feet every time, and they pivot the perfect way, and they kick it out. And then there's that guy you hate, Gillespie. He's Gillespie, Giuseppe Desecchi. I don't care. Terrible.
I think Kansas. I think Kansas in a track meet, Villanova can't keep up.
Yeah, it's a track meet, and that's the bad thing. Villanova's not gonna have bad possessions. They don't turn the ball over. And when you're in a track meet team, what's the one thing you hate? Not playing at your pace. And Villanova's going to be like, we're going to run a 30-second offense.
Villanova surprised me a couple games. I think it was the Ohio State game that surprised me, the way they played that game. Quick, fast, blew them out quick and easy. And then the game they just played against who they just beat?
They beat Michigan?
No, they didn't just beat Michigan. Who they beat in the Elite Eight?
Oh no, it was motherfucking
Illinois. No, Houston.
Yeah, because Houston failed us.
Yeah, and I knew they.
Dude, that was supposed to be Houston, man.
But here's the thing, though. I told you, and that's why I didn't have Houston going far, because I knew they'd screw me at some point. And then the one day, I say, you know what, Houston, Villanova, I'm gonna go Houston. They screw me. I knew it wasn't. It was never Houston. It was never Houston. And I knew when they were favorited, and I was like, you know what, I'll take the juice. Houston money line. They just blew it. They blew it.
Dude, man, they shot 1 for like 20 on 1
for 22
dude.
from the 3-point line.
That's
absolutely pitiful.
Even if they make 4 of those, it's a different game.
A team like Houston will never win a championship like that because.
Whoa!
Listen, let me explain.
Those are my guys, dude.
I said this multiple times, and I said it when I was doing the brackets. If you don't have a guy, you're not winning the championship. You've got to have a guy that can say, give me the ball, go get a bucket. I don't think Kyler Edwards is that guy, and I don't think Houston has the offensive firepower to win a championship, and that's kind of why I never had him going far, and I should have known that going into the Villanova game. That was my bad picking Houston. I think Kansas has it. Obviously, Villanova, Giuseppe has it. Pablo Banchero has it, and Baycott. They all 4 have it. All 4 of these teams can win a championship. It's just matchups now, and I don't think Duke matches up pretty well with UNC. I don't think Villanova matches up well with Kansas. That's just kind of what I'm going with.
All I know is each team's gonna have a straight bet out of me.
I'll tell you right now. I mean,
What are the odds?
Games on Saturday, Monday championship. I have my bets pretty much locked in. I got UNC plus the 4.5. A little sprinkle on UNC money line. I got Kansas minus the 4, Kansas money line, and I got Kansas future to win the title. And I actually have a future of Kansas beating UNC in the final at plus 2,000. Locked that in already as well. So I'm ready for these games. And when Kansas beats Villanova and UNC beats Duke, I'm going to throw a bet on Kansas winning the final, and I'm going to throw a bet on UNC winning the final. Actually, I'm going to do it before these games. I think UNC's plus like 600 right now to win the national championship. So I kind of want to snag that.
I'm looking at the odds. It says national championship exact result.
Yeah, I
Kansas
did
to
that.
beat Duke.
UNC. I did Kansas to beat UNC at plus 2,800. I think. What is it now? Kansas to beat UNC. What is it now?
Plus 500.
Yeah, exactly.
Those odds are going down.
Yeah, so I snagged that early. I snagged it like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, I think.
Where is the so Villanova's plus money and then UNC's plus money.
Yeah.
It's a little parlay like this though.
But I'm pretty excited for these games. It's gonna be electric. I think I'm more excited for the UNC Duke game because I think Kansas is gonna win for sure. Which I hope they do. But I think the UNC Duke game is gonna have a lot of emotion behind it. I think it's gonna be great.
See, it's gonna be a war. It's gonna be war in North Carolina.
I'm gonna have a lot of cans going down before the game starts and after the game ends. So either way, I'm pretty lit, and we're gonna have a good time watching the games. And Monday night's gonna be even more electric because national championships are always super hype and always comes down to the wire.
Why are they on Mondays? Like, why does college have national championships on Mondays?
I think it's just because certain things like that, like what's anyone else doing on Monday night? You know what I mean?
I'm playing basketball, trying to get some cardio in, man.
No, I know, but you know what I mean by like that, like on TV, like Monday night, that's the only thing that's going to be on. So they've always done it that way.
Like we have even Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, so Super Bowl Sunday, National Championship Monday. It's always been
like
that way.
Like hear me out.
And also the Grammys are Sunday night.
Like hear me out. Imagine you're building up your week. Can't wait for Saturday. Can't wait for fucking Saturday. Saturday's coming up. Biggest game of the year. We have Duke, UNC on Thursday night. We have the championship on Saturday. Imagine how electric that'd be. Because today, right now, we'd be talking. Let's go. Let's get ready for this game. Yeah, bang, boom, the game. Then Saturday, we'd be ready for the championship game. That's how it should be.
I feel like Monday night, though, I feel like I like it that way because, like, it's got its own day, you know. Like Monday night, we know it's National Championship Monday. Like Saturday night, everyone's out drinking. No one's enjoy. I want to enjoy the game. I want to be. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I will still enjoy the game if you said, "Hey, I have a championship on a Saturday." My whole Saturday changes. It's easy. Hey, what are you doing today? Can't come out, man. National Championship. If you need me, call me. That simple.
I don't know. I don't mind it. I think it's fine.
Because the football, I think the football one did me in. Like, we stay up late. I'm totally fine with staying up late. But damn, dude, you start a thing at 6 and it ends at like 10 on a Monday. Now I'm bored.
No, the game's at like 9.
Yeah, that's even worse. I guess. I don't know. It just bugs me that like Monday. Like give me Tuesday or like actual day there's nothing on. Like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
8:45, 9 o'clock.
So you're telling me I have to go. So my day is gonna be I have to go to school. I'm gonna go play basketball after school. Still nowhere close to game time. I'm gonna finish playing basketball after school, head home. All right, tips finally up. I'm taking a shower, and then I have to watch the best game of the season for 2 hours on Monday when I could already had it over with on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're lucky. They lucky I love basketball.
But, all right, so we talked about NBA. We got our NBA predictions out there.
Yeah.
NFL
Go Lakers.
NFL. We did it. We did NBA Finals, NFL Super Bowl pre-predictions, and college basketball. A lot happened here.
Yeah, I got any baseball?
Baseball's coming up. That's later. I mean, it's spring training. It's happening right now.
Red Sox season, dude.
This should be such a long season. Baseball's so hard to cover all the time. But we'll
season.
talk about it. I think opening day is a week away now. So maybe next week or the week after, we'll get some baseball predictions in for like the World Series and stuff.
Hockey? Is hockey about to do anything?
Hockey's mid-season right now. I think they're edging their way to the playoffs as well.
Nice. Didn't our U.S. Soccer team
Yeah, they lost.
Qualify?
They lost last night. Qualified the
Let's
World Cup,
go.
so it's gonna be lit. So
So
I don't expect anything to happen from it, but
it's something to talk about. It's sports.
it's there, so it'll be good. Um, so yeah, so we can next week we'll talk. We'll do some March Madness recaps. Recap the whole thing.
We gotta recap this. We gotta recap this.
I'm gonna put together an electric video like recapping all of March Madness.
You gotta recap the whole college season.
Yeah, recap everything. I love college basketball. It's gonna be sad to let it go. I think NBA playoffs are about. I think there's 12 games left in the regular season for a lot of different teams, and then MLB opening days a week away. World Cup they just qualified, and then NHL and NBA playoffs are both happening at the same time. So those are about 2.5 weeks away. So
don't forget draft seasons.
And then NFL draft, which we'll break down for sure. That's
gonna be electric.
End of April, so we got about a month for that as well. So and we got the 11th pick, and I'm excited to see how the Washington Commanders screw that up. So we'll see how that goes.
We have 3 picks, and I bet you we don't draft a single person.
Yeah, I expect an electric kicker to come out of the 11th pick.
I wish our teams had good GMs.
Yeah, or owners for that.
No, our owners solid. Low down.
Yeah, yours is fine, but I mean us.
No, I guess our teams in like just keeping it between baseball and basketball and football. We have the better owner in football. Y'all have the better owner in basketball.
Yeah. Agreed.
Y'all have the better GM in football.
Yeah.
We have the worst one in basketball.
Yes. I agree with that.
Like our parallels with our basketball football teams right now, it's miserable.
But we'll end it here. Marcus, you got a big game tonight. Well, good luck to you. We'll see how that goes.
Thank you, sir.
Lakers play tonight. Big game.
Big game.
Will I have action on it? Maybe we'll see what happens.
Oh, hey! Leave it.
We'll see what happens.
Leave it.
You know what? That will not be on my card. I will leave it alone. I will not touch it.
But if you do take Jazz?
Yeah, true. NIT championship is tonight. Texas A&M and Xavier.
Ooh, that's a great game.
I will have a pick for that. But if you're not following me on Twitter or my shopper, you won't get it. So
that's a great game.
Go join the Chopper group. Go follow me on TikTok. And if you want daily picks, follow me on Twitter. And we'll see you next week or the week after for March Madness recap, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and some opening day talk. So we'll see you then. Peace.